Welcome to episode 2, Specialized Cells. Make science easy with FutureNet. Yes, cell theories are amazing. So it's studying about specialized cells. All living things are made up of what? Cells. So theory is amazing. Let's begin. What do you think this photo is of? Correct. Cells. What is a cell? What is a specialized cell? Let's name them one by one. What is a cell again? A cell is the very smallest unit of living matter. All living things, including plants and animals, all of them are what? Made up of cells. So, by looking at it, can you name some of these cells? They are not only cells, but they are called specialized cells. There are many different kinds of cells doing many different jobs in a plant or an animal. Of a specialized cell. Let's begin. Red blood cells. What are red blood cells? Red blood cells have large surface area that contains hemoglobin. I'll say it one more time. The word is hemoglobin. Hemoglobin, which picks up oxygen. And another thing we must remember with the red blood cell, a red blood cell doesn't have nucleus to make room for more oxygen. What is the function of the red blood cell? It carries oxygen from the lungs to the body and carbon dioxide from the body back to the lungs. I want you to remember 2 to 3 words for each of the specialized cells that we are going to study for today. So first, for red blood cells, I want you to remember the word hemoglobin. Again, hemoglobin. And another one for the function, it carries oxygen. So only 2 things for red blood cells. Okay, repeat after me. Red blood cells, hemoglobin, and carries oxygen. Write it down too. Let's go to the next one. Nerve cells. Where do you think nerve cells are? These are nerve cells. This is how it looks like. Okay, the one that you see in the circle, that's the nucleus, and it's very, very long. So nerve cells are extremely elongated long cells. They have many branches. So as you can see, many branches, and each of its ends connect to another nerve cells. And the long axis, which is the main branch, this is the axis, it's covered with fat. Why? To prevent the electrical impulses affecting the surrounding parts of your body. What is the function of these nerve cells? The nerve cell function is to carry nerve impulses around your body. Let's say 3 things about nerve cells to remember. Number 1, they are what? They are long cells. Nerve cells, long cells. Number 2, its long axis covered with fat, long axis with fat, and number 3, carry nerve impulses. Again, nerve cells, 3 words that we'll remember: long cells, long axis covered with fat, and carry nerve impulses. Don't forget to write it down. Next, the third one we're gonna study is about sperm cells. Where does sperm cells made up? They are made in the testes of males. When you say males, females doesn't have, or girls doesn't have it. And a sperm cell is a long tail, so that they can, it has a long tail, I mean, so that they can swim to find the egg. You can see those long tails. Okay, what is the function? The function of a sperm cell is to carry the father's DNA. DNA is the genetic information. Where does this sperm cell carry this genetic information to? It carries to the egg cell during fertilization. So let's go to the next one, an egg cell. So here is our sperm cell. I want you to look on the size of what is this egg cell. So here, the egg cell is much larger than the sperm cell. And what is the function of the egg cell? It carries the mother's DNA. So let's go back to our taking down notes. Sperm cell has a long tail and carries the father's DNA. Egg cell has a yolk. What is this yolk for? The yolk is acting as a food source for the developing baby or the embryo when they fertilize. And number 5, it carries the mother's DNA. Again, sperm cell, long tail, carries father's DNA. Egg cell has yolk for food and carries the mother's DNA. Okay, let's continue. The next one is root hair cells. Do you know where the root hair cells are found? Root hair cells are found on the roots of the trees. Okay, the hair cell. They have large surface area. Why? They have to absorb lots of water. And allowing the cell wall helps them to allow water to pass through them easily. So of course, they are under the roots. In a plant, in the leaves, we can find some chloroplast, but the root hair cell doesn't have any chloroplast. And what is the function? The function is to absorb minerals and water from the soil. 2 things we should remember in root hair cell. Number 1, does not have chloroplast. Number 2, absorb minerals and water from the soil. Root hair cell doesn't have chloroplast and absorb minerals, water from the soil. The next one, palisade cell. Do you know where palisade cells are found? Palisade cells are found in the top of a leaf. It has a large surface area to catch sunlight, and they are packed with chloroplast, unlike the root hair cells. And what is the function of this palisade cell? Palisade cells is helping out to carry out photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process of making food for plants. This is how palisade look like. So 2 things to remember about palisade cell. Palisade cell, number 1, has chloroplast. What is the function? Carry out photosynthesis. Again, palisade cell has chloroplast and function carry out photosynthesis. Let's go to the next. The next one is playing an important role in the exchange of gases in and out of the plant leaves. Of course, it's still on the leaves. What does it have? Very good. Chloroplast. So what are we talking about now is a guard cell. A guard cell are two bean-shaped cells. They have a stoma, and they are found on the lower epidermis of plants, of course, in the leaves. This is how it looks like under the microscope. And when you get closer to it, you will see the stoma. See the stoma there. And then the guard cell is the outside. So this stoma opens and closes, opens in the morning and closes at nighttime. Okay, two things to remember on guard cells. Number one, guard cell has stomata, and function is exchange of gases in and out of the plants. Plant leaves, I mean. Okay, you're doing great. Let's name the specialized cells that we study. What is this? How about this one? And this one? And this one? And this one too. Okay, they are specialized cells. Very good. Let's summarize our lesson. A palisade cell found in where? Found in the plant leaf. And it has lots of chloroplast for photosynthesis. Sperm cell found in human testes, and it has tail for swimming. A red blood cell found in human blood, and it does not have a nucleus, so there is more space to carry oxygen. And an egg cell is found in human ovaries. It has large store of food for the growing embryo. And that's it. You did a good job for today. Don't forget to